So good evening all. Welcome to Emertxe's course demo webinar and placement journey. My name is Mubeen and I work as a technology head at Emertxe. I'll be walking you through the course demo webinar for today. I could see many of you joined from different places. Some are freshers, some are working professionals. Before we get into the details about course demo, let me introduce about Emertxe. So we are an edtech company established in the year of 2003, primarily focusing on delivering trainings in the area of embedded systems, IoT, and full stack web application development. So we are a 21-year-old organization. We have trained thousands of students and also successfully placed them in many core companies. So at a very high level, what problems we are trying to solve by doing this training program is employability issues we are trying to solve, primarily fresh engineers who complete their graduation or are currently pursuing engineering. We would like to get skilled in the area of embedded systems, IoT, and full stack web application development. So we train them in these technologies and help them land up in a core job. Secondly, we also do upskilling, wherein working professionals who may be working in any of these core technology domains or may not be working in these core technology domains want to upskill. So we cater to them and we give specialized training programs to working professionals as well as organizations who are interested to train their lateral employees. We also train them. So at a very high level, we are an edtech organization delivering training to fresh engineers or engineers who are currently pursuing engineering as well as working professionals who are interested to upskill them. So a brief about our leadership team. Mr. Mas is managing director and founder of Emertxe. He looks into sales, admin, and finance department at Emertxe. And we have Mr. Jayakumar. Unfortunately, he couldn't attend the session today. He's also one of the directors of Emertxe and looks into placements and marketing department in Emertxe. And I'm Mubeen. I work as a technology head as well as I look into the placement department as well. So a brief about me. I'm a computer science graduate. Completed my graduation 20 years back, and currently working in Emertxe as a technology head. It's been more than 14 years I'm working here. I manage the technical department at Emertxe, who are responsible for delivering several training programs and help our students get a job in core companies. So prior to working in Emertxe, I have worked in two other companies, two companies. Initially, I joined Emertxe as a fresher. I worked as a software engineer, responsible for developing embedded applications and device drivers, EDA tools, etc. Then I moved to a company called Novel. You might have heard about this company, where I got opportunity to work on different open source technology-based applications. And I worked there for a brief time. Then I moved to HP, Hewlett-Packard, wherein I worked for more than 4+ years. So in HP, I worked in two different teams, primarily developing cross-platform applications for document workflow management. Then after that, I joined Linux print, scan, fax, device drivers team in HP. So I had expertise in open source applications and Linux. So they wanted me to work on Linux printer, scan, fax drivers, and I worked there as a senior software engineer and a lead for a shorter time there. So right now I'm working at Emertxe as a technology head, and I manage the technical department in Emertxe. So that is a brief about me. And let me just quickly see if there is any messages from any of you, because at times you could see some people texting. So in this webinar, you may not be able to unmute and chat, right? So whereas you can text in the Q&A section. While I'm presenting, I may not be able to actively look into your messages, but on and off, what I'll do is I'll pause in between and I will check your Q&A. questions, and I will try to answer them. So moving on, here are some of the placement partners we are associated with. So as I mentioned, we are into training, and after training our candidates, we place them in different core companies. So we are just sharing some of the companies we are associated with. We have more than 1,000+ companies who are our clients who hire our candidates. So if you look at this slide, we have top-notch companies including Qualcomm, Microchip, Chelsea, NXP, Ampere, HP, ABB, Infineon, Samsung, Volvo, Radisys, Continental, LG Soft, right? Toshiba, Honeywell, etc. hiring from us, right? Mostly if you see, they are either semiconductor companies or automotive companies, or maybe companies like HP, Mahindra Electric, Bosch, etc., who I hire from us. Then we have other companies like Accord, Vimera, Yana Mobility, Trana, Axia, Boat, who is currently hiring also, Electrobit, etc. So we are just sharing some of the companies who are associated with us. So as we are into training as well as placements, so just wanted to showcase the companies who hire from us. There are more, right? Companies like Intel have hired in the past, Intentech, Carnex, Kony Cranes, right? KPIT, L&T hires a lot from us. Right? Companies like Siemens, Gra, and more. Right? So I'm just running through the slides just to tell you which companies hire from us. Companies like Tata Advance, even today we have having a drive with Tata Advance, and Tech Mahindra, Tektronic, right? All these companies, including VVDN. We have companies like Exali, etc., hiring from us. So I'll just run through here. Even companies like Marelli, which is an automotive company, hired from us. Neominds, right? These are some of the companies who are hiring from us. So these companies hire our trained students. It could be freshers, it could be working professionals as well. So just running through the slides. So we have more than 1,000 basically clients who are hiring from us. Right? So let's talk about job market before we get into the detail. So what I'll do is I'll only share the presentation so that I can see your chat as well. Okay. So what do you think is happening in the job industry? What's happening in the job market? What is the current trend? Is it good? Is it average? Is it not so good? What do you see in the news and what do you hear from others? The current trend in the job market. It could be related to IT. It could be related to maybe core job. Right? What do you hear in general? What is the current job trend according to you? Somebody's telling AI. How's the job market doing? Are there enough jobs in the market? Are people getting opportunities? Is it good? It's not so good. What do you think? Okay, so average intake in companies says Arpan. Okay. Then Rajbinder Singh says currently job market is slow. Okay. All right. How about others? Lack of skilled employees says Kerala. How about others? Right. I could see few responses. Anyone else? What is your opinion on the job market currently? In the IT segment, at least, do you think there are enough jobs? Okay, so all right. Okay, I'm getting a lot of answers. Good. So I see as a flat line in the bottom. Okay, Bharat Kumar. Okay. Then ongoing job market is tough, says Manirul Islam. Semiconductor industry will be on a boom. Okay, says Shafuddin. Market is high, but required skill is low. Market is high, but required skill is low, says Vimalan. Can CSE BTech students also join? CSE BTech students can also join this course. So we have like 3 courses. One is embedded system, other is IoT, and third one is full stack web application development. So if you're interested in full stack web application development, you can also opt for that. Lack of skills, but still working and getting paid 60K a month, but freshers like me seeking job. Okay. Not good duration, lack of skill and guidance. Lot of vacancies, but lack of skill set gradually increasing. Okay. A lot of opinions here. Let me switch to the projector. Okay. So let's focus on semiconductor and device sector in India. So if you look at the semiconductor and device sector in India, let me maximize my screen. I'll go off my camera because sometimes bandwidth issues are there. In semiconductor device sector in India, if you see, right, if you look at 2022 and earlier, there was a growth CAGR of 9.8% in terms of manpower employed in semiconductor, right? But after 2022 and towards 2025 and 26, you can see that the requirement of skill power in semiconductor domain is increasing gradually at a rate of 20%, right? So that means demand for embedded engineers, semiconductor engineers are increasing, right? In every year going forward. And if you look at current and future job roles in semiconductor domain compared to other related domains like embedded versus VLSI and AI/ML. So in 2023, 2022, 2023, if you see, 65% of the job roles were in embedded sector, whereas 35% of the job role was in VLSI sector, right? That's the kind of ratio. And going forward, in 2025-26, the projection is that there will be an addition of 5% more jobs, and whereas VLSI jobs is going to reduce slightly, right? 25%. And AI/ML software engineer also will, job requirements will also start adding up here, right? This is the projections, and this is from sources like ESSCI, which is Electronic Sector Skill Council of India. It's not something which we have generated. The ESTM labor market research by ESSCI has generated this report, right? So you can also see news articles, and we can also see what is being projected in India. India is trying to become a semiconductor manufacturing hub, right? And also more and more jobs are moving from countries like US and Europe to India as well, right? So a lot of news articles to validate this as well. More, India needs 3 lakh skilled professionals for semiconductor by 2027. This is from ET Auto. Then Autocar professional says India's semiconductor industry needs 3 lakh skilled engineers by 2027. 3 lakh skilled professional required to throttle India's semiconductor journey, again higher education says, right? So we can see there are future scope is very good, right? Maybe there could be some slowdown currently, but that doesn't mean there is no enough jobs available. But in future, we can see that more and more jobs will get generated, right? So briefly sharing about placement current situation, we are showing some reports about 2022, 2023, 2024, etc. So yes, we could see over a period of time in 2022-23, we are able to see that number of companies visiting our campus is 100 plus. Right? 2022 also we saw consistently 100 plus companies hiring from us. 2023 we could see that also hiring 100 plus companies from us. But in 2024 there is a slowdown where the numbers have reduced. But we are hoping that going forward the numbers will increase. Okay. So with this, we would like to share some success stories in terms of students and working professionals who did the course in Emertxe and eventually landed up in a job, right? Let me show you some of the recent success stories. Initially, let me show some success stories with respect to freshers. Hope the screen is visible to you. Okay, what's E you're mentioning? Is that E? I'm not sure. Okay, I don't see an E anywhere. All right, so here, let me zoom in. So these are some of the success stories of fresh graduates who recently completed the course and landed up in a job. Right. So first we have Sarath Prabhakaran from Mar Athanasius College of Engineering from Kerala. He got a job in American Megatrends. So I'm not sure whether you heard about this company, American Megatrends, right? If those who use desktop PCs or laptops, right? When you turn on your laptop or desktop, you'll see this logo coming, American Megatrends, right? So they are pioneers in developing BIOS software, right? So many students are recently placed in American Megatrends. So salary package is 4 lakhs. Then we have Manoj, who completed his engineering from Nagarjuna College, Engineering and Technology from Bangalore, and attended the embedded system course. He landed a job in Symmetric with a package of 6 lakhs. Then we have Vinay Sajjan, who completed the course in online mode. He got a job in Arohin Technologies in October, the package of 4.3 lakhs. Then we have Swaraj. Swaraj completed his course engineering in SG Balachandri Institute of Technology, Belgavi, Karnataka. He did the embedded system course and again landed in a job in Arohin Technologies, the package of 4.5. Then we have Akshaya Jagadish. She completed her engineering from Government Engineering College, Palakkad, attended the embedded system course and landed up in Team Indus with a package of 5.6 lakhs. Then we have Basavaraj MB. He completed his graduation from Asan and attended the embedded system course and landed up in a job in RI Technologies with a package of 4.3 lakhs. Then you have Jetty Beamesh. Beamesh Jetty, he completed his graduation from KSS Engineering and Management College, Bangalore. He did the embedded system course and landed up in Technosphere. Right. These are some of the recent success stories for freshers. I'm not sharing all because time constraints. Then we have people with career break who had a gap after engineering. They landed up in a job. For example, we have Ankit Keshri. So Ankit had a career gap of 5 years after engineering, and he landed up in a job in Munich Systems. Right. Then we have Sandeep Gowda. This is his testimonial. He says he was passionate about embedded systems, so joined Emertxe and recently got placed in a company right after a gap of 3 years. We have Arun Kumar. Arun Kumar, he resumed his career after 3 years break. He landed up in a core company called Matrix in Gujarat with a good salary. Then we have Munir Ahmad Khan. He had a career gap of 3 years. He also landed up in a job at TP Vision. Few more. So we have Jabir. He also had a career gap of 4 years. After engineering, he landed up in a core job in American Megatrends with a package of 4 lakhs. Right. So these are some of the people who had career gaps and who landed up in a job recently. So then we have some older batch students. Maybe they completed engineering long back or may have some work experience. Right. So we have Prem Kumar S from Agni College of Engineering, Chennai. He attended embedded system online course. He did his graduation in 2022, but landed up a job recently after completing a course in Emertxe with a package of 4 lakhs in InnoMinds. Then we have Jyotish. He also completed his graduation 2022, but recently completed the course in Emertxe. He landed up a job in Team Indus with a package of 5.6 lakhs. Similarly, we have Aishwarya. She also completed the graduation in 2022 from Pondicherry, completed the embedded system course and landed up in a job in InnoMinds with a package of 4 lakhs. We're just sharing some of them. We're not showing everything. Right? Just sharing some of the details of the candidates who complete the course. So we have Neha Prabhakar. She's a 2020 pass out, completed the course online and landed up a job in Symmetric with a package of 6 lakhs. Right? So we can see even older year of pass out students are getting a job in Emertxe. Right? Then we have Somashekar. He completed his graduation from MVJ College, Bangalore, attended the embedded system course and landed up a job in American Megatrends with a package of 4 lakhs. So these are some of the recent candidates who completed the course and landed up in a job. Right? So any questions you have before I move on to the further slides? So we have Terla. Terla is BTech final year student. Suggest me a time to join in 8th semester or after college completion. So Terla, you can join the course if you are in 8th semester, because as soon as you complete the course, you can start applying for placements and get a job, assuming that you have enough time to attend the class. Says we have Rajbinder Singh. I'm currently working as automation tester. I have 2.5 years of experience in automation testing and app development. Background is mechanical engineer. I have worked for 5 years in automobile and aviation industry as mechanic engineer. With my experience in education, I'm eligible to get into embedded system course, and our companies hiring people with my experience as embedded engineer. I have no experience in embedded, right? So for you, it's mostly a transition, I would say. You worked for 5 years in mechanical and automotive domain. Yes, by doing embedded system course, you can apply for embedded companies. So what I would suggest is talk directly to our course counselor. They will guide you accordingly, because yours is a special case. We would like to know about your current work experience and what is the package you're getting. Accordingly, we can guide you, Rajbinder. What about working professional is shared already? Why is VLSI lagging back? VLSI, there is a number of opportunity wise, right? Compared to embedded, you have lesser job opportunities. That's how it's been all through the years. Then we have question related to 2025 batch. What time is correct? I think I already answered it. If you're in 8th semester, etc., you can join. Not a problem. Right? So I have completed my graduation in 2022, working as contractual job as well as preparing for government exams. So what should be my resume? Working professional or year gap? I'm not sure like what exactly you did in your contract job. So it doesn't matter. If you have some work experience, you can mention it. Not a problem. If it's relevant experience, companies will consider. If it's not relevant, they may not consider that when offering your job. So let's me get started with the main agenda for today, which is details about our course. Right. So what is the goal of doing this embedded system course? The goal is to transform engineers with skill gap into ready to deploy resources with organizations. So many a time when companies hire from colleges, they find that students who completed the graduation does not have the necessary skills to put them into projects, right? Whereas what we do is that we address that skill gap by skilling our engineers with necessary technical know-how of what is required for them to become a deployable engineer, right? So that's what we do. So after completing our course, they will land up in a core job. So in terms of course options, there are 3 options. One is option 1. You can take up the course in offline mode, physical classrooms plus lab sessions in Bangalore. This is ideally suitable for freshers. Second option is like virtual classroom. That means you'll attend online classes. You'll have to attend the class as well as lab session online. You can learn from anywhere. This also is suitable for freshers in the online mode. Third option is for primarily online evening, which is more suitable for working professionals. So they can attend the class after their work hours. Again, this will be live sessions online. So you can learn from anywhere. Either students or working professionals can opt for this course. When I say students who are currently pursuing engineering, they can opt for this course, because for them the timings, finding the right time to attend the class will be challenging. Right? So 3 options. You can choose any of these options to join our course. So let me share you a detailed comparison about what these course. Not able to edit. Yeah, there is some mistake in this. Okay. So let me share the slide once again. Right. So if you look at the comparison between all the 3 courses, the first one is offline. Second, the remaining last 2 are online. So there is a mistake here. It's not 6 months, 5 months. It is going to be 6 to 7 months of the course duration will be there for the duration, right? We usually try to complete the course within 6 to 7 months. Right? So if you look at the course modules, we have around 8 modules in offline and 7 modules in online. Daily routine, if you see, we have class and lab sessions for almost 2 hours. 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours of class and maybe 2 hours of lab will be there every day. And class timings varies across batches. It could be in different slots. We have early morning batches starting at 7:30 to late evening batches to afternoon batches starting at 3 p.m. Similarly, evening batch, we have classes starting as late as 7:30 as well, right? So 5 days a week, there will be class. Sometimes you'll have classes on Saturday as well. Offline classes, since it's offline, there is no recorded videos, whereas online classes, you'll get access to recorded sessions as well. When you talk about offline, the major difference is that you will be attending the session by visiting our Bangalore campus. Online means you can sit anywhere and attend the session. In terms of hardware, people ask this question, how about hardware, right? So do I get access to hardware, etc.? In the online mode, you don't have to purchase the hardware. You can write those programs and work on the microcontroller board using simulators. And buying a hardware is optional. If you want, you can buy it, but otherwise also we will provide you the simulator so that you can run the necessary embedded applications online. Placement support remains same for all, be it online, offline. 2 years of unlimited placements will be provided for you. So this is a brief about the course, online versus offline versus online. So in online mode of delivery, live classes will be there. We'll explain the concepts along with code along sessions will be there. Mentor will ask you to write program. You have to execute it in our LMS, learning management system. Will be given assignments and projects to work on. So assignments will be shorter in format, whereas projects will be longer in format. So idea is that you get hands-on experience in working in projects, and you can showcase these projects in your resume as well. Right? Then live doubt clearing sessions will be there. This will happen on a daily basis, class as well as lab. You can ask your doubts. You can approach our mentors to clarify your doubts. Then we'll also give you some assessments so that you can prepare for interviews, right? So when you go for interview, you should know what type of questions will be coming in interviews, how to answer those questions, etc. So we will have assessment and evaluation so that you can practice, right? Similarly, we will conduct interview prep sessions. It will be related to technical as well as non-technical topics like resume prep, interview prep, etc. Right? Will also be there. What are you going to learn as part of this course? Right? So we are going to teach many subjects or modules as part of the course, starting with Linux systems, wherein you learn about Linux operating system briefly. It is going to be a short module, followed by C and C++ programming. So in embedded system, C and C++ is primary preferred programming language compared to other languages, right? Because of like its inherent advantages like efficiency and simplicity, right? Then we'll teach you little advanced concepts, including modules, including data structures, Linux internals and TCP/IP networking, microcontroller and interfacing. So here you learn about the heart of the embedded system, which is microcontroller programming and interfacing as well. So Linux is used to develop embedded applications. So we'll also focus on Linux internals, wherein you'll learn application programming using Linux, and you'll also learn about networking concepts using TCP/IP. Finally, we'll teach you embedded Linux on ARM platform, wherein you learn about how to configure Linux and how to run it on a virtual platform or a real platform. Apart from these technical sessions, we'll also conduct some workshops, which we call it as DISA workshops, which is oriented towards helping you to understand how to attend placement drives. After completing the course, you can take our certification exam. So certification exam can be taken after completing the course. You'll get NSDC certification from the Government of India, for which I'll share the details in upcoming slides. So please note, each subject is provided with set of high quality projects. So you need to demonstrate these capabilities in your resume by showcasing these projects. So these are modules we're going to learn as part of the course, right? So detailed syllabus is available in our website. You can search for Emertxe syllabus. You can download the syllabus from our website as well, right? Any questions so far regarding what we have discussed so far? So I'm having some questions. I'm an embedded firmware engineer with 3 years of experience with facing issues and third time shifting companies. So I need upskill and placement if it's possible. Okay. It's possible, Veera Nagalakshmi, right? So if we have some relevant experience, we can push you in experience category, but you need to work on more advanced projects so that it can showcase you in similar profile, right? Michael says, can a DevOps engineer enroll for IoT? Yes, right. DevOps engineer also can enroll for IoT or embedded system course. How many members for one batch? Mimbalan is asking. Typically, our batch strength will be between, right? It depends. We have, if it's offline, we have classrooms sizes from 35 to 70, right? That is the size in offline. Online, it could be around 50 or even less than that, right? Again, it depends on how many students are enrolled for a course. Terla is asking, does arrears matter? Arrears matter. Before you apply for a job, you have to clear those arrears because companies will ask you for the marks card and certificate, whether you completed your graduation or not. So arrears, majority of the companies, 99% of the companies, arrears matters. Every lecture will you get PDF or revise these topics or not? Yes, we'll share you the necessary course contents, including slides, soft copy of the code, etc. And online batches, we share the recording as well, right? Sharfuddin, as I'm more interested towards VLSI side, can you suggest me if it's good to join VLSI course, embedded system course? Again, this is a common question, whether to join for VLSI or whether to join for embedded. Nothing good or bad as such, right? It's your interest, right? If you're interested to go for VLSI, you can learn VLSI. There are job opportunities in VLSI also. If you're interested to go for embedded systems, you can go for embedded systems as well. Nothing is bad or good here, right? It's your choice. 70 mentors in a class, don't worry, right? You'll have class as well as lab sessions, right? Mentors, multiple lab mentors will be there. For example, 2 to 3 lab mentors will be there to guide you so that you can complete your activities. 70 is not always, 70 is the maximum, right? Usually on average, it will be like 40 to 50. All right, Vimalan? There will be direct interview or normal like rounds like aptitude. Okay, it's a good question. Some companies ask aptitude, right? Since freshers, right, they wanted to check your aptitude skills. Some of the questions will be in aptitude, but majority of the questions will be technical only, right? Initial round, maybe one round, there could be an aptitude test followed by technical test. But not all companies have aptitude. Rajvinder is asking, are boarding facility available if participating in offline course? We will provide you details about PG, paying guest. Emertxe directly does not have a boarding facility, but we can refer you to many of the known PG facility nearby to our office, and you can inquire there as well. Satish is asking about the cost of the course. Cost of the course, maybe towards the end, I will share details. I'm not going to share the exact cost, but I will share you the details where you can find it. Then we have Bharat Kumar. I'm working as automation engineer in embedded application with 3.75 years of experience. Is it possible to start a career in BSP development? Yes, Bharat Kumar, you can start. So we don't teach BSP development extensively. This is just a core embedded course wherein you learn about core of the embedded systems. BSP we are not teaching explicitly in our course. Then Arpan says all the subjects will be learned in depth of concepts. It is mostly practical oriented, right? Concepts will be there. Mostly we are focusing on practicals. That's why we say that you have to work on assignments and at least you have to complete 8 projects as part of the course, which most of the students do if they are actively participating in the course. Okay. And very good question we have from Nikhil. Can you explain difference between IoT and embedded? Like what type of work there will be in company? So if you look at IoT and embedded, in IoT also you're going to learn embedded concepts. Right? Whereas IoT is mostly catering to the IoT based application development. So if you look at IoT, you will have subjects like C programming, which is overlapping with embedded. You will have subjects like Arduino, whereas in microcontrollers you have subjects like PIC or ARM microcontroller. In IoT, you learn IoT specific concepts like IoT architecture, IoT protocols, setting up the cloud, etc. So the job profile can vary for IoT engineers because you're mostly focused on IoT solution development. So you may have to learn many subjects in a shorter span so that you can have a bigger picture of how you can work on IoT applications. Whereas embedded, we go in depth about microcontroller application development, etc. Here we're going to get a broader knowledge in IoT, and IoT specific subjects will be included in IoT course. Which programming language is required for embedded? I already discussed. C and C++ is generally preferred. Can we sit for drives if you have backlog history? I think this also answered. Backlog history, no, but no active backlogs. Yes, you can apply, right? So if you have cleared all your exams, not a problem, Dhruva. You can apply for placement drives. Michael, how can someone in USA attend virtually? Michael, you can attend the course, online course. Please note that we may not be able to provide you placements in USA, right? We can provide placements in India, but we cannot provide placements in USA as of now. All right. So Neelesh says, "Hi sir, I've done my graduation in electrical engineering. I'm currently working as cloud engineer. Okay, I have 2.5 years experience. IoT embedded, good. So you see, it's so embedded system course. For example, we have it in the evening mode. If you're working and you want to continue the do the course along with the job, only challenge you'll face is that taking out time. Right? Otherwise, this course is suitable for working professionals as well. So you should be able to spend quality time in taking up the course, complete the assignments and project so that you can apply for core companies. Not an issue. Bharat Kumar, do you have companies hiring for BSP development engineer? Yes, there are some companies who hire for BSP like Box, right? Some companies are there who hire for BSP as well. What are the job roles? Embedded system engineer, systems, embedded software engineer, and embedded firmware engineer are same. Yes, Dudeka, Dudekula, they are same, right? There is no much differentiation between embedded software engineer and embedded firmware engineer. Some people are asking about the fee. Towards the end, I will share the details where you can get the fee. Then Jeffin says, I'm currently working in silicon validation and debugging. Will companies consider my experience? I have 3 years experience. Your experience may not be very relevant because you're working on silicon validation. They may not consider it to be a relevant experience as such, but some companies do value for any work experience because you're working on at least in the semiconductor domain. What about if I get placed in one company, can I apply for higher company package or not? Okay, this is a very common question. Arihant Shri is asking this. So you have a policy wherein whichever company you're getting your first job, you have to join that company. The concept of applying for higher package company, right? That is something which we don't entertain. Right? That's why we say wisely apply for companies. Apply for companies which you think you want to get a job initially. If you're getting a job in that company, join that company. Okay, if let's say you're not getting a job in those companies, apply for other companies, and by the way, you should be able to get a job in any core company. Then we have Satyanarayan. I'm having 2 years of experience in embedded automotive field. Do you teach AutoSAR and all concepts of basics, right? Currently, we are not teaching embedded automotive related subjects, but in the coming batch, we are trying to introduce the automotive flavor also. We'll introduce, right now, if you see, we are having automotive related topics like CAN protocol, etc. included. But going forward in future, we'll include certain embedded automotive concepts as well. So we are mostly focused on core embedded. Febin is saying, I want to attend the online morning batch in case I get a job in between. Is it possible to shift to evening? Yes, you can do that. I'm not applying for placement. I need training. Michael, you can do that. No problem. Yes, Michael, you can get training. You can attend from anywhere because it's online session. You just have to join the webinar and take up the course. And we'll also provide access to our learning management system wherein you get all the resource access as well. CGPA matters. CGPA, usually we say that we should have around 60%, at least greater than 60%. But less than 60% people also will get some opportunities as well. We have work bond in placements. Some companies, right? Some companies have bond, some companies don't have bond. All these details will be mentioned actually when we float the application. Is there any cloud computing Azure involved in embedded systems? I would say no, not directly. Azure AWS is not directly involved in embedded systems, right? But when we talk about deployment, etc., so let's say there is cloud part coming in IoT, etc., then AWS, etc., will come into picture. All right, I think I have seen all your questions. Let me catch up with the slides. So this is what we discussed so far. Let me move on to the next slide. I'm just grabbing a glass of water. Please hold on. So I'll run through the slides and pause after some time to take up your questions. So apart from technical training, we also do something called as Disha system, which is an integration of multiple small training sessions and guidance sessions, wherein we focus on interview preparation. We'll have like previous interview questions, etc. We have a huge database of previous interview questions we'll share with our students so that they can prepare well for interviews. We'll also conduct resume workshops to help you prepare better resume. We'll also give some certain tips and tricks on attending the technical and HR round and so on. So then, then we'll also give regular feedback. So if you look at our course delivery, it's not just about delivering the course. Every week or bi-weekly, we'll meet you and share feedback about your progress. Right? This also we do so that we can help you in improving your skills and tell you where you stand currently in the course. Right? So let me share a brief recording of our online classes. So many people ask this, how do you deliver your online class? So what I will do is I'll share two videos of C programming module for around 15 to 20 minutes. These two videos will play. So one after another, I'll play this video. So C programming videos for the arrays topic, short video it is. And after that, I'll show you how the simulator is used in the online mode so that you can get a view of the simulator and how you can write the program using a simulator, right? So let me share these two videos. Then we'll resume with the slides.
Now, after an array has been declared, maybe I want to give the values into the array because just the array's declaration will have garbage value. Assume I take int array of size 5. Okay, there has to be 20 bytes of memory allocated. Assume this is the 20 bytes of memory allocated for the array. So I'm storing 5 integers. So each integer takes how many bytes? Each integer takes how many bytes? Correct. So each integer takes 4 bytes. So if the starting address of the array is 1000, where will be the next element present? If the starting address of the array is 1000, where will be the next element present? Assume this is 1000. Where will be the next element present? Yes. Each of the element uses 4 bytes. So it is 1004, then 1008, 1012, 1016. To access the array's element, you have to go with something called as the index number. An index number varies between 0 to size -1. So very first element will be in index 0. Second element will be in index 1. Third element will be in index 2. Fourth element will be in index 3. And fifth element will be in index 4. Okay. If you just declare the array like this, the array's element will have garbage value by default. So in order to not have a garbage value present inside the memory block, maybe I want certain values to made sit inside it. In such cases, I have to do the array's initialization. To initialize the array, here inside the curly braces, I have to give 5 elements: 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. In that case, that value will be written here. That will be 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, this is how I declare the array. This is how I do the initialization, and this is how the memory for the array will be allocated. Accessing happens with respect to the index number varying between 0 to size minus 1. See here, data type, name, size, where size represents the number of elements. So the total memory occupied by the arrays, number of elements multiplied by size of an element. That is in turn size into size of the data type. If this is the array I'm going to take of 5 size with the values 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, this will be the array. So the very starting address of the array always is called as the base address of the array. This address 1000 will always be called as the base address of the array. Or you can also call it as starting address or address of the very first element of the array. All of them means the same, but we usually refer it as base address. Okay, you can call it as base address, or you can call it as the starting address, or you also can call it as the address of first element. Okay, the starting address is called as the base address or starting address or address of the first element of the array. So then it is plus 4, plus 8, plus 12, plus 16. Index has to vary between 0 to size minus 1. So it has to be starting from 0. An array is a collection of similar data type. Elements occupy consecutive memory locations. First element will be in the lowest address and last element will be in the highest address. Elements are indexed from 0 to size minus 1. So if the size of the array is 5, index will vary from 0 to 4. Accessing out of the range array elements would be an illegal access. So whenever you have to access the elements of the array, you have to go with the name of the array, then the index number. Okay, so array of 0, array of 1, like this, you have to go with the index number. So if the index number varies between 0 to 4, I can access only between array of 0 to array of 4. Out of the boundary, that is accessing array of minus 1 or accessing array of 5 is not allowed. It is an illegal access where you might get to see a error. So accessing out of the range array elements would be illegal access. You should not access the elements in array of minus 1 and array of size. And once the memory for the array is allocated, it can never be altered in the runtime. That is, while executing the program, the array size can never be modified. So if you declare an array like this, it will be 20 bytes of memory allocated for sure. So this size can never be altered throughout the program. Again, here in double denom of size 6, there will be 48 continuous bytes already allocated. You never get a chance to increase or decrease the size once it has been allocated. So this is the concept of array. Clear this much? Okay. So have this one noted. The next we will see is how to print the elements of the array. Okay. So there are different ways of printing the arrays element, which we will be seeing shortly. Before that, have this one noted. So the next we have got is to print the arrays element. So when you are supposed to print the arrays element, we usually go with the name of the array and the index number. But that has to be done on a repetitive manner. So what is it necessary to be used? What is it necessary to be used if I have to print? Yes, loop is definitely necessary. So I can print the arrays element in any of a loop considered. Observe. So first I try printing it in a for loop. Int array of size 5. I also do the initialization with 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. I need another integer variable I for the sake of index. So I will first say it as printf arrays elements are okay. So I run a for loop for I is equal to 0, I less than 5 and I plus plus, because 5 is the size of the array. Inside this, I go with the printf. Yeah, so printf %d \n comma array's name with index. Okay, so first array of 0 will be printed when I will have a 0 taken, then array of 1, then array of 2, array of 3, array of 4. When I becomes 5, 5 lesser than 5 will be condition false. You come out of the for loop. Observe the output here. So I'm compiling and executing. These are the arrays element which I am printing using a for loop. Let me change this. I try printing using a while loop.
So this was a brief video about how the C programming module for the topic arrays was taken. It is just a short video. In fact, it goes in detail. Let me share you another video of how the microcontroller module is delivered online using a simulator and MPLAB IDE, right?
Recorded.
Hello everyone. In today's class, let's see how we can write an embedded program to toggle the LEDs connected to the board bit. So now to write the embedded program, we are going to use the tool MPLAB XID. So you can see here. So this is the MPLAB XID. If you open this, you will see this as a starting page. So some projects are mentioned here, datasheet is available here. Even if you worked on some recent project, that list is available. See, and even you will get the microchip login. So if you have a login ID password, you do the login, and you can do the purchase on a microchip website, right? Okay, so now let me go back to the question. So question was, we wanted to toggle the LEDs connected to the port D. So now here in this MPLAB ID, you can see these are the different tools available. So we can use these tools as per the requirement. For example, this is to create a new file. It's to create a new project. It is to open the project. This option is to do the build. You can see different many options are there. So as per the need, what we will do, we will take an approach. Whatever we need it, we will start using those things. So now here in this MPLAB XID, I already created a project and kept it ready. So project name is what? LEDs. So in this project, I created. So when this project is created, this MPLAB XID create some organized sections. You can see here. So now to write this program, to write the embedded code, we need a main.c. So generally .c files goes here in the source file sections. Header files goes here, make file will go here, linker script will go to this section. Or if you need any libraries, if you are planning to add any libraries, then those goes into this section. And finally, this is the place for your executable file. So let me go to the main.c. So you can double click and open the main.c in the editor window. So now you can see I'm defining two macros. So instead of using port D directly, so what I did, since if you see the hardware, on the hardware, so you are having total 16 LEDs. So this is the PiximLab simulator board. So it's having total 16 LEDs. So currently we are going to toggle LEDs connected to the port D. These are the these are the 8 LEDs out of 16. So these 8 LED array we are going to toggle. Toggling means on off we are going to do. So now since I'm having 8 LEDs, I'm defining the micro LED array as a port D, and to give the direction to the port pins there is a register TRISD. I'm defining that with name LED array data direction register. Now you can see here comes my main. So here I'm calling init config function. So this function is to do the initialization. So what we are doing, so in main itself, we are not doing initialization. It doesn't look good. So there is a separate dedicated function to do the initialization. It is init config. So control will go here and here in this init config. So initially what we are doing, if we are using LED, we need to set the pin direction as output. So I'm writing my LED array data direction register as a 0. It will set port D pin as the output, and to start with initially I will keep all LEDs connected to the port D as a off. So to turn off the LED I need to load 0. So I'm writing here 0. So LEDs remain off, fine. And here comes our while one. So if you see any embedded system, once you turn on the embedded system, it runs forever, right? It goes into infinite loop. So here come my infinite loop while one. So inside this while one, we are going to write our application. So what is our application? We wanted to toggle the LED. So here is my instruction to toggle the LED. So I'm writing LED array equal to tilt of LED array. So what it will do? It will toggle the values of this LED array. If it is 0, it will make it 1. If it is 1, it will make it 0. So now you can see. So this is what 0x00. So after execution of this instruction, this LED array value becomes 0xFF. So entire port becomes 0xFF. All port bits become 1. So all LED turn on. LEDs are going to be turned on. And here what I'm doing. So before going to this instruction once again, I'm putting the delay. So if this delay is not there, what happens? We will not be able to see the LED toggling. So it will happen at very fast rate. Due to the persistence of vision, we will not be able to capture it. So I added the delay. Then after this delay, what happened? Next time, since we are in the while one, control will go back here. So again, we are changing the LED array value from what? FF to 0. So now what happened? LED become off, then again delay. So like this way, we are making LEDs on, LEDs off, fine. Now, so we have to build the code, we have to compile the code. How we can do? So here in this mplab xid I install x8 compiler, so that's why this header file is also included related to the compiler. So now how you can do the build? So you can see here is one option to do the build. So let me click on that. It will start doing build. My project is getting a build. Now you can see build is going on, so it will take some time, please wait. Now see, build is successful. That means your hex file is created, and even it will give you the memory summary of your project. So now my hex file is created and it is loaded also. Now what we can do? So we can load that hex file where? In this board. So we can run that hex file here in this microcontroller. So this is the heart of this board. So basically here we are using PIC16F877A microcontroller. So we are going to load the hex file here. How? So you can go to the file, you can select the load hex, and you have to navigate wherever your project is stored. So let me navigate. So now, just for the sake of simplicity, I kept the project on the desktop. So let me select that. Now again, you have to go to the distribute directory. So basically, you have to use this path. After build successful, it is prompting the path where X file is available. I'm just referring that. Then you have to go to the default production. Here is the X file. Let me open. Okay, expected output is what? These LEDs should toggle, but it's not happening. Why? Because these DIP switch related settings are not done. So to turn on the LEDs connected to the port D, this DIP switch, second one, you have to pull this switch up. So let me do that. So it's down. You have to pull it up. So let me select. Now you can see the change here. So what this program is doing, it's running in this microcontroller and it is toggling the LEDs. And even we are able to see that toggling very clearly, right? Okay, so this is our program, our embedded code to toggle the LEDs connected to the port D. Fine.
So this was a brief video of how microcontroller module, which is heart of the embedded systems, is taught in the online mode. So when you talk about embedded systems, it's important to learn microcontrollers. So here we use PIC microcontroller and teach the embedded systems concepts. So we'll be writing C program, we'll be compiling it using MPLAB IDE, or you will be running it on PIC SimLab simulator. So this simulator also has options for STM32 controller also. Maybe in future we'll try to migrate to STM32 ARM controller as well. All right, so let me share my screen again. So as I mentioned earlier, you will also get access to course resources. So we have our own learning management system, wherein you can access all the course related resources. So you can see here, all course materials will be available here, right? You can see we have divided in different chapters. Each chapter will have slides, right? Materials like code, template codes, assignments, etc. You can access from the learning management portal, right? Similarly, you get access to class recordings as well. So these are class recordings. So video will be class recordings will be available in case you want to revise those sessions. You can revise the class sessions, or let's say once in a while you miss some class, you can also watch the recorded videos, right? It's class recording and lab sessions wherein mostly assignments and project are done. That those sessions are also available for you as well, right? Similarly, we conduct something called tests, right? So we have all the resources available. Quizzes also we conduct. Different quizzes are there, right? Different objective quizzes, module tests, etc. These also will be available to you. Let me discuss a few more topics related to course. Right? Is online course as effective offline course? Yes, both are effective. It's just that you need to attend the classes regularly and sincerely complete all the assignments, projects, and tests and template code. Otherwise, there is no difference. Which one is cost effective, online or offline? I would say online is cost effective compared to offline, because offline means you have to come here, stay in the PG, right, etc. Online means you can take the course from home. That will be the difference. And is learning in simulator as effective real hardware? Yes. In fact, using simulator, you can interface many more peripherals, I/O, input, output, sensors, actuators, etc. There are more. So only difference is that you may not get the hardware feel. If at all you want to get the hardware feel, you can purchase it as well, which is optional. Okay, who are the mentors? So all the mentors are in-house mentors. They are trained in different subjects and they've been delivering the training for many years, many of them. How can I get my doubts clarified in online course? So doubts clarification can happen in class as well as lab. We also create other communication channels like WhatsApp. Using WhatsApp also you can clarify your doubts, right? How can I achieve career? How can I achieve career break from IT to core job? Those who are, let's say, working professionals, they want to upskill. Then you have to you can attend the course, but you have to showcase much better projects. And by doing these projects, you should be able to apply for core companies as well. Okay, so as I told you, for working professionals, they can take up the online evening batch. That is more suitable because you can continue with your job as well. I'm in 7th semester. Can I take up this course? Yes. In 7th or 8th semester, for example, some of you might not have dedicated classes. So what I feel is, if you have enough time, you can join the online or offline course. But if you don't have time, To join during regular hours, you can join in the evening batch. Right? I think this I already answered. It's up to you to decide whether you want to choose online or offline based on your convenience. Why there is no difference between placements between courses? Because we teach the same things, right? There is no difference. Same assignments you'll do, same concepts you'll be learning, same projects you'll be doing in online or offline. So learning outcome is same. So placements also remain the same. Having a year gap, which gap will help me? Again, if you are not working, you can opt for any course, any mode of delivery, any option. But if you are working, you can take up the online evening batch. Let's move on to the placements part, right? How does placement look like in Emertxe? So our placement process is well-defined, transparent and systematic. Placement team closely works with companies and students for the entire process. So as soon as a company visits our campus, we post an update about that company in something called as Google Groups, which you will be enrolled into. So there you can check whether that company is suitable for you. You can check your eligibility and you can check your interest. Then you can apply for those company. After that, we'll do some internal shortlisting based upon the criteria. We'll see whether it's matching or not. Then we'll send the list to company, right? So company will shortlist and notify whether you are selected for the interview or not, test or maybe interview. So typically, many of the companies will have a written test followed by interviews. Let's say you clear each and every round, right? There will be next round will be scheduled. And eventually after you complete all the rounds, you will be selected for the company and offer will be released. So most of the companies, the joining is immediate and onboarding will happen immediately, right? So let me show a brief about this placement company portfolio, what type of companies come, etc. Give me a moment. Okay, so here is the Google Groups for Emertxe, wherein you'll get information about which companies are visiting for campus, right? Look at today's update, like HL Mando Softtech is there, right? So this, if you see, so whenever you get an email update about that company, we'll share the details about that company, right? Then we'll share the skill set which they're expecting. Then eligibility criteria, for example, they're looking for 2023-24 pass outs, 70% throughout, BTech, any of these branches, packages, 5 lakhs, and there is a bond, right? Some companies will have bond, some companies will not have bond, work location is Bangalore, etc. Right? Let me share some more companies. Here it's like Hash Automation, right? Some companies, right? They're talking about the schedule, right? So these updates you'll get when the interview is scheduled for specific students, right? And we have like some congratulation messages going on. Some company, recent company, one student got placed, BNA. Right? So all these updates we'll share in the Google Groups. Right? So ER Technologies is participating. So here you can see this company, there is no percentage criteria. Right? Anybody can apply with any percentage, but year of pass out criteria is there. Right? They are looking for older year of pass out, not recent year of pass out. Opposite, right? Not freshers. It's people with gap, people with some experience they are looking for. Right? Package is given. Some terms and conditions also is given. Right? So work location, ready to work in any of these locations. Hyderabad, Bangalore, Noida, Chennai as decided by client. Right? Okay, let me show you. Okay, some other messages. You can see Ignitarium recently. The student got placed, Melvin, right? We have a company like LG Soft, right? They hire a lot from us. Look at LG Soft, what skills they're looking for, percentage criteria, 60%, year of pass out, etc. is shown. Compensation, right? If you see 6 months, depending on the package, they'll get a package of 7.5 lakhs, right? So these are some of the basically information about which companies are hiring from us. I just wanted to show you, right? So LG Soft is paying, for example, 7.5 lakhs. Right? Like this, there are more companies, right, who are hiring from us with different packages, right, which will be mentioned here. Now, regarding placements, Many people have a lot of queries. How long will you get placement opportunities through Emertxe? We say that up to 2 years will give placement opportunities. But when you get the first job, you have to take up that first job, right? They say, can I choose between 2 job offers? So this is like a question I would say. Generally, when you get a first job offer, you have to accept that first job offer. But at times, there'll be a dilemma. Sometimes you attend 2 interviews, right, in a span of 1 or 2 days, 1 week's time. Both the companies will give you offer. In that case, you can make a choice after consulting with the placement team. But once you have got a job offer, you cannot apply for any other company, right? That is what we generally do. Should I apply to all companies? No, don't apply to all companies. Apply to companies only which are eligible and interested, right? We don't force you to apply for any company. What type of companies are hiring? I showed you in the beginning, all type of companies working in different domains, including automotive, aerospace, right? Consumer electronics, semiconductor, right? Etc. hire from us. I'm having a year gap will it affect my placement? Just now I showed, right? Even older year of pass out candidates also are eligible for placements, right? Have a notice period bond with current company. How can I handle it, right? For experienced candidates, you would say you have to closely work with the placement team. They will guide you as to, okay, how you can apply for which company, etc. Because you have to inform the company about your notice period as well. So some of the companies, they have urgent requirements. Some companies, they're ready to wait. So those companies you can apply who are ready to basically wait for you, etc. There are other choices like you can waive off your notice period by paying an amount, etc. These options are also available for some companies. The placement team will guide you accordingly. So NSD certificate, we also have a certificate available after completing the course. We also provide a certificate after completing the course. So after completing the course, you can take up a certification exam, post which you will get the NSDC certificate. Course dates, right? Upcoming dates. We have 3 batches starting. First one is online regular, 26th November. Second one is offline course, 28th November. Third one is online evening, which is going to start on 3rd December, right? So more or less within a week's time, we have all the batches starting. 2 are online, one is online in the regular timings, mostly in the 9:30 slot. Second one is online, which is mostly going to happen in the 7:30 p.m. slot. Third one is offline, wherein we have multiple batches. The timings could be varying between 7:30 to 3 p.m., right, depending upon the batch. Now, if you want to get more details about the course fee, because we have different courses have different fees, and there are scholarship options also available for offline courses, and the course fee varies between online and offline. So I would recommend take a note of this number, and you can put a message in WhatsApp or you can call them to get more details about the course dates, course details, as well as course fee as well. So please, you can make a note of this contact details. Email ID is training@emertxe.com. Phone number is given here, 809555732. All right. So course fee, etc. Any more course details which I have not answered in Q&A, you can discuss here, and they will be happy to respond to you. All right. So let me see if there are any more questions. After that, we'll be approaching the closure of the webinar. Okay, so February batch, somebody is asking about February batch. As I told you, every month we start a batch. So February also we'll have some batches starting in future. So you can contact us during that time as well. Okay, I'm not sure, Rajbinder, can you share your contact details? I will connect back. So you can maybe share your contact details in the chat box. I will try to see why they have not contacted you. Usually they will get back to you. Okay. Phone number as well, so that I can share it. Anybody has any other queries? Okay, my contact numbers. Okay, so let me move on. So I would say stay connected. We are active on LinkedIn, Instagram. You can follow us. You'll get updates related to our company. And okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so I'm getting one more question. I think cancel. Okay, from Ankita. What is the average number of students getting placed from each batch? Right. So it's a good question. It's not about average number of students who are getting placed. It's about whether you can get placed, right? You maybe should ask that question, right? Instead of whether others are getting placed, right? It's about you. So if you follow our course, at least I would say, I'm not telling 100%, at least 80% to 90%, definitely you'll get a job, right? Do not worry about it. Just make sure that you attend the classes regularly, complete the template programs, complete the assignments, complete the project, be prepared for interviews. Definitely you should crack the interview. So any more questions before I conclude for today? Any last minute questions? Okay, I want to, Charanpreet Singh says, I want to know about Linux part and how it is covered. Maybe I can share you the link of the syllabus. That will help. Okay, so one more candidate says that, Prajwal, I have a concern about placement as I see many companies eligibility criteria is 22 to 24. I'm 2022 pass out, right? Let me share you some companies, right? IoT, right? So you can see, right? These all companies have no year of pass out. Right? A lot of companies are there with no year of pass out, right? You can just click on it and show you, right? So no year of pass out. Right? Again, I'll show you more. Here you can see again, no year of pass out. Right? Again, if I show you CSD engineering, right? Here again, it's no year of pass out. There are many companies, right? Purple Now Technologies, for example, no year of pass out. Symmetric Technologies, no year of pass out. All right, then, so if there are no more questions, I would like to say welcome. I was happy to interact with you. You asked so many questions about the course. Irrespective of that, if you have further questions, I would say reach out to our course counselors. These are the coordinates. Training@emertxe.com. Phone number is given. If you want to visit us, we are located on MG Road in Bangalore, next to Barton Center, one of the iconic buildings. Right, this is our address, Emertxe. We have a campus in MG Road. You can visit us. On weekdays, we are open between 9:30 to 6:30. And on weekend, Saturday, we'll be available till 4:30. Sundays, we are off. Is it possible to visit the campus on December 16, 17? December, if it's a working day, yes. December 16, 17, you can also visit. Not a problem. Unless it's a Sunday, we will not be working, right? Other days we are working. So thank you all for attending this session. Happy to interact with you. With this, I would like to say goodbye and have a good night.